Now, I'm no chess player, but I know a bishop when I see one. Geeks was poppin', Mezco 112 Collective, Bishop, the last X-Man. Must say I was a little disappointed when I took him out of the box because I thought he was going to be in one of those metal tins. He's not. He's in a cardboard box. But that has no effect on the figure, so I'll move on. Top of the box, bottom of the box. Inside the box we have instructions and stuff. Oh, I almost dismissed it, but look at this. The gun fits in the holster on the back, ammo clip fits in the gun, and can also be stored on his belt. Gun fits in holster on the right leg. FX fits over fist. Com fits in holster on back of belt. Explosive fits on belt. Man, this guy's a lot of stuff. FX fits in palm of hand. Oh yeah. And there is the sweet plastic over plastic. There's a lot of stuff in there. In layer 2 we have his X stand, his effects, and that Mezco plastic storage bag for all little parts. Oh, looks like his cowl was in there too. I don't see myself using this for him because I'm not going to really have him flying on the shelf. That's why I like these Mezco stands. They give you the option. There's a peg here for his foot, and if you want to... Ooh, sorry, my finger's bleeding. There's a peg here for his foot, and if you want to pop it out, you can put this stand base to that hole. Alright, so he comes with his soft goods shoulder cowl. His energy effects. A big honkin' blaster. A very angry alternate head. I think looks good. I'm not so angry, but maybe bewildered. Bald version. Little brother blaster. Alternate hands, gripping, grabbing, and what could be shaking. Hello. Now that's a knife. Ammo clips. Grenades. And his communicator. There was one more hand that was loose and by his head and I missed it. It's another trigger finger, so he has two. And there is Mr. Bishop. Let me tell you something. The 112 figures. Now I've said before, I'm not a huge fan of Mezco soft goods spandex. While it looks realistic, to me it looks kind of funny on the action figure, especially when you have a plastic head coming out of it. But in this case, it is perfect. It's just enough spandex to be covered up by that armor where they blend together and he looks like a real superhero. Dope. So the paint app slash deco on this guy is unreal. His breastplate and his shoulder pads look like real metal. because they've got a perfect wash on it. Going down his arm, he's got those metal plates there that look like real metal. X symbol on his gloves. Small details like this yellow patch with that chrome buckle in the middle. There's no bleed over. It almost looks like it was hand painted. And you go around the back of his belt. Got 1, 2, 3, 4 different colors on here. Actually 5 with those chrome dots. This is a communicator, but it's not just a gray piece of plastic. It's got silver, chrome, and green painted on it. His gun clips, red and silver. They both have like that brushed nickel finish on it, just like his armor. And you got chrome around his leg band, shiny spandex. 3 colors on his knife sheath going down his leg. Now these yellow stripes here, they're not paint, they are plastic, glued on. And if you look under here, right behind his gun sheath, he's got a strap connecting the leg harness to the belt harness, and it's painted orange and yellow. More deco on the gun holster. Going down to his knee pads, you got that metal wash again. Looking at his boots, they look like real leather, and they've got that metal finish on the toes. The buckles have metal buttons, red paint here. It's just phenomenal. I don't see anything wrong with this paint job at all. On his chest, you see he's got battle damage and marks. Almost looks like he was fighting with Wolverine. We'll get to that in a second. But just phenomenal. All right, so we'll start off articulation with this head, because the heads with the hair probably won't give us much movement. So you do get a 360. Oh, and by the way, the heads on this thing, they come off really easy, but they're not loose. It's just a nice, satisfying little pop, and they go on really easy too. No struggling with it. But yeah, 360. Futuristic head tilt to the left. Futuristic head tilt to the right. Looking down and think of all the things he did in the future or the past, or wherever in time he goes. Keep thinking about it. Range looking up is a little shallow. His shoulder armor is held on by elastic, so that's actually kind of awesome. You don't have to deal with any plastic flip-ups here that can get in your way of articulation or break when you move them around. You just don't want to stretch them too much. Arms get up yay high, perfectly parallel with the shoulders. Perfectly parallel. For a guy with chest armor, he gets pretty good hug range. Wingspan is good. Shoulder armor does not get in the way because of those elastic attachments. Oh, and the bands here on his outfit, they're plastic as well. Flip this up. And, ooh, didn't think about that. 360, that spandex twists up right there. So you'd actually have to hold the arm out straight and mess with it, but I'm not doing that because I do not want it to rip. Now he does have a bicep swivel, but same thing with the spandex. You'd have to pull it up. I'm not messing with it. You'll most likely get a 360 there because it's not stopping, I'm stopping it. Look at that, forearm 360 and a 360 at the wrist. Now the wrist hinges are not in the hands. They are here on the forearm, so you could, I believe, turn these balls around. Well, no, it doesn't look like these balls turn, so here you're only getting vertical, but depending on which hand, you can get different range. Over here, same thing. Let's see. Oh wait, that one does turn, so maybe the other one was just stiff. So you can get vertical or horizontal on the right hand. Let's check this one again. Oh yeah, it does turn, it's just really stiff. Okay, so you're not limited there. You can get vertical or horizontal depending on what you want to do, which I guess makes sense. He does have an ab crunch, and it is not hindered by the armor because the armor is in 2 pieces. Didn't say that before. So you got a top piece and a bottom piece here, so you can crunch forward. Now it's not a big crunch, but you do get something. His willy way back is not 2-way. Now that abdominal rocker lets him lean with it. Kind of lets him rock with it. I have a feeling roll's gonna be, yeah, rolls a little bit, but not a whole lot. He gets a good bend over. With that comes a good kick. All right, he's got really good split range, but that spandex, again, I don't want it to rip. You see how it's starting to stretch out there at the crotch? So I don't want to pull it too far, because if it rips, I'll be very upset. But look at that, even with it stretching, and he can go farther. Those of you that have more guts than me, you could probably get him to do some ballerina stuff. Same with the Van Damage. You can twist, he's got thigh cuts, and you can pull, but I'm not gonna pull it too far. He's rocking the double jointed knees. I'll assume they're pinless like the elbows. Can't see into the spandex. He's almost kicking his own butt with those awesome boots. Now he is a prancer, but the leg coming forward is hindered because of the leg going backwards because the spandex is starting to strip there. So if you pull this leg forward, you can't get this one to go up higher. It's just you're gonna battle that spandex. You do get a 360 at the calf, top of those boots. The foot itself doesn't feel like it turns left and right, but I don't think you can get a 360 because of this notch coming down here. I think it would be, yeah. If you push it, you can get 360, but I feel like it'll scuff the paint. I'm not doing that. Feet are definitely on rockers. Dancer he is not. Toe range is very limited. The armor on his knees, also on elastic. You can spin them all the way around if you want to protect the back of his knees for some reason, in case somebody's shooting at him from behind. All right, Mezco, what you doing with the scale on this one? Top of his forehead, 6¼ inches. Top of his head, 6½ inches. The top of his hair bun in the back is 6¾ inches. I know some of you want to put him on your Marvel Legends shelf, so for scale purposes only, not quality, here's a comparison between Bishop and a bunch of different size Marvel Legends in the X universe. And here he is with that oversized but still glorious Mezco Wolverine. All right, this video is really long. I know for sure I've definitely seen enough. I'm ready to render my verdict. Very little to complain about here. Yes, his spandex limits his articulation a little bit, but man, Mezco knocked it out of the park. His body proportions are awesome. The paint is flawless. The head sculpts, well, the bald head sculpt, I'm not a big fan of, but it looks good. But the other two head sculpts, especially the angry one that I have on right now, whew. And his cowl or his cape, whatever you want to call it, they have the bendy wire in there that lets it flow just the right way. Oh man. All his accessories, he's just great. Now I have a few Mezco figures that I've opened. I think this is the most I've been impressed by far. I even like him better than the Wolverine, and I love the Wolverine, but he's phenomenal. And he doesn't look bad next to the Legends. I thought next to them, it would make them look really janky because you're not zooming in close, and you saw when I had him lined up. He can fit in on your shelf. His scale is pretty good. I don't know what else to say. This video was long. You saw enough. You can make your own decision. Let me know what you think in the comments. I know a lot of people don't like to mix their imports with their Legends. I'm one of them, but I might have to sneak this one on the Legend shelf just because he is so phenomenal. I want to see him in action. I think I might put him on the shelf just like that. All right, well, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications. If you're new to the channel and you're a Mezco guy, I am trying to pick up my Mezco collecting. I have about 4 or 5 unopened ones, so I'll be doing those in my retro series as soon as I can get to them. But let me know what you think. Sound off in the comments, let's have a discussion. Make sure to hit that like button. Please subscribe. These action figures don't pay for themselves. I'm not trying to get rich, I just want to ease my pocket a little bit. All right, till next time, Bishop's out of here.